Hello, dear friend. Have you ever experienced a Garden of Eden? Was that the name of the restaurant? Did it last longer than 17 minutes? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to the First Unified Church of Karma. I'm your not quite right Reverend Blind Doc Lemon Jellyroll Jefferson, and I'm here to say that I too have been to the Garden of Eden, both as a metaphorical experience and the restaurant. The salad bar was splendid, though I think they've discontinued that. But that's not our message for today. Today's message is one of hope, one of geography, and one of brevity as we explore together the wisdom of the Rock of Sages. Our message for today is taken from In a Garden of Eden, verses 1 to 11.
In a Garden of Eden, baby. In a Garden of Eden, honey. Don't you know that I'm loving you? Oh, won't you come with me and take my hand? Oh, won't you come with me and walk this land? Please, take my hand. In a Garden of Eden, honey. Don't you know that I'm loving you? In a Garden of Eden, baby. Don't you know that I'll always be true?
And so we learn that there once was a man who stood alone. Let's call him Adam. He lived a long time ago in a place that is known as the Garden of Eden. He was alone, newly formed, and lacked socialization. He was primitive. He was primeval. He didn't always pronounce his words clearly. So for him this garden of abundance, of adventure and ease, was a Garden of Eden. Now it is quite possible that there are layers of meaning to this term, for Gada could be God, Vita could mean life, and Davida could mean Danny DeVito. Perhaps God breathed life into Danny DeVito in a Garden of Eden, but this is one mystery that will have to remain so, unless Mr. DeVito himself has the answer, but you'll have to ask him. Back to our story. In his Garden of Eden, or in a Garden of Eden, Adam learns that he is no longer alone. He has a mate, a partner, and possibly a fellow adventurer. The story seems to imply that, like Adam, she too is an innocent. He takes her hand as they explore new adventures for a good 17 minutes, which is as much as would fit on one side of an LP. Oh, if only CDs existed, we could have had a full 79 minutes and 59 seconds of adventure. What extraordinary truths would we have learned? So why is this story so important? Is it because we are seeing layer upon layer of meaningful metaphor? Adam likely represents the lyricist, the woman Eve in the Garden of Eden, the new geography that they explore. Perhaps it is sensual geography. Perhaps it is physical. But the one thing we can be sure of is that it is a story of adventure and companionship. We learn that when new challenges arise, it is better not to face them alone. It is better to face them with a companion. Whether it is to overcome difficulties, learn new concepts, or experience new situations, the key component of our lives lies in the sharing of it. We've got to find our way back to the garden. Then we will discover that we are not alone. So I invite you to have an experience in a Garden of Eden. We can be loving someone. We can always be true to someone. It may last for 17 minutes, and it may last a lifetime. To understand our surroundings, to recognize when we are not alone, to always be true and to be loving. These are reminders that this is what is important above all else. I invite you to transform your surroundings into a Garden of Eden. As Voltaire said in Candide, one must cultivate one's own garden. So make sure that you tend to your own garden. Make sure you have the right tools. Get a good hoe. Once you have a garden, find that special someone. Become a miner for a heart of gold. And when you find them, invite them to accompany you, to take your hand, and to walk this land. Once you have done this, you will know the truth of this important lesson. And if there's an amen in your garden, be sure to share it. Here's one for mine. Amen.
Reverend Jellyroll Jefferson. I'd like to personally thank you for listening to his message for today, but he can't unless you leave a message in the comments. The First Unified Church of Karma, like all other institutions, is a made-up organization. We are not affiliated with any other organization, religious or otherwise. Unlike other nonprofits, this is a for-profit organization. The First Church exists only on the internet and is monetized because that's how the internet is now, and YouTube is no exception. You are always welcome to listen for free, but if you choose to support us, send us your non-tax deductible donation through Patreon, and feel free to resist the incessant ads that tend to pop up at the wrong time. The services of the First Unified Church of Karma are intended as entertainment as we explore the STRR, the spiritual truths of rock and roll. We do not intend in any way to demean or denigrate the truths we find or the great creators of the rock and roll through whom we have received wisdom. Should you achieve enlightenment while listening to any portion of our content, we are not to be held liable in any way, so deal with it. We will endeavor to keep the comments open to all, but that is subject to change. If the trolls ruin it for everyone, that's on them. All messages remain the property of the First Unified Church of Karma. Be sure to return for a visit every time we release a new podcast, which will be whatever the spirit in the sky moves us, which at this point is 3 or 4 times a month. He that has earbuds to hear, let him hear.